Hi everybody, it's Norma, and I am finally getting around to doing an Empties video. I have to say that I was kind of happy not to have to do any empty videos during my little time off during the summer, because it was so nice to be able to just throw those empties away and not save them and collect them until I could get around to doing the video. But I'm back. So this is what I was burning in the month of September, and I have to say a lot of these end up being crocked halfway through near the end. I tried some pretty much from the get-go, you know, without even burning them at all. Otherwise, there's no way I would have been able to get through this many candles, because I just wasn't home very often. And so I was debating whether I should even put in my empties videos the ones that I end up putting in my crock. But for this time I decided to do it because it was kind of an interesting experiment for me. I was never really into crocking that much, but it's like I'm trying to burn less, but I still have a huge stash to get through. And it's like, if I burn less, it's just never ever going to dwindle down. And I've been trying not to buy, you know, like I mentioned in my previous video, you know, I'm not really doing a lot of hauling, and I'm not planning on doing a lot of hauling, although it's really, really hard, you know, now that the fall and the holidays are here. But every time I get tempted, I look around and trying to organize things, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you know, I got so much. Like, how did this ever happen? But so I'm still trying to burn, and I have 2 crocks now, and I have both of them going pretty much 24/7, and I can get through a large jar in basically a week. So with 2 crocks going, I can get through 2 large jars in a week, versus normally it would take me a month to burn through them. So with my crock, I can get through like 8 extra jars, which is like amazing, and it's still, I'm not making a dent. So I guess I'm going to start with the candles that I actually burned all the way through. So I'll start with my Bath & Body Works candles, and nothing crazy new here. I mean, these are older ones. They've been around for a while. Sparkling Pear Riesling. This is when the year it first came out, and it did really great. You know, I have to admit, I'm a little bit over the scent, but it still performs good. I mean, I have no puny wick syndrome. The candle throws, it burns great. It's a really, really good candle, and I still have a lot. This is another one that everyone is sad that they didn't bring back, Home Sweet Caramel Comfort. Yeah, it's just another really, really good one. Classic one, Farmstand Apple. I have to admit, this one didn't really seem to throw that well for me. I did have it on my dead zone stove, so that could be a reason, but I would have thought I would have been able to smelt this one a lot more than I actually did. But I know that one's like a classic that comes back all the time. And another one that comes back is Autumn, and I love this scent. Yeah, I really, really love it. Actually, I have the lid for that on there because I can smell that one. You know, just an apple pine classic fall scent. I also got through some Unripened Dial candles. This is one of their larger ones that they discontinued, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. And this was in the scent Vanilla Bean. And this is not a gourmand scent. I know some people think because it's called Vanilla Bean, it's similar to Bath & Body Works Vanilla Bean. But it's nothing like it whatsoever. It's more of, you know, a sensual scent, like a vanilla sandalwood type scent. And I like it. And it did great. Burnt great. No issues. Threw in my bedroom, which is where I had it. So I can't complain. And another one that really kind of surprised me that I liked more than I thought I would is Saffron and Suede. This is one of the home collection candles. and it has actually been retired, so you can no longer find it. I had tried it last year when I got, I kind of splurged on these home collection candles, and I kind of gave everyone a quick burn to see which ones I really liked. And this one I dismissed because to me it's very, very similar to the cashmere candle. It's different. I definitely get more of the leather note in here than I pick up in the cashmere, and the floral's a little bit different. But if you know what Unripened Dial cashmere smells like, this one is similar. It's just a little bit more masculine. Like I said, definitely the leather note comes out a lot more, where in the cashmere you don't really even notice the leather. It's just more sweet and flowery. But it's gone. I can't get it now, so no point thinking about it. But it actually did really well. It did good. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And my last Unripened Dial candle I burnt is, which one is this? Lavender Leaves. And again, great performance, great throw, no issues there. Okay, another one that I burnt all the way through is a Swan Creek. This is in honey-soaked apples. And I know it looks like crap, but I guess that's just how those jars burn. At least that's how they burn for me. They always seem to leave this residue, which I'm not fond about, but I love, love, love this scent. It is my last one. There's 2 fall scents from Swan Creek that I really, really love, and it's honey-soaked apples and pumpkin vanilla, or vanilla pumpkin. I'm not sure which way it is. And I've been driving past Dundee, Michigan, where the Swan Creek store is all summer long. I've been going down every single weekend, and I have not stopped in. I've been telling myself, I don't need more candles, I don't need more wax, I don't need more candles, I don't need more wax. So I have been passing by. I'll probably be making 1 or 2 more trips before Thanksgiving. That's it. So we'll see. We'll see if I give in to temptation. I may stop in just to look at the store because it is really pretty how they decorate for fall and the holidays. And I know they did come out with a bunch of new scents that I haven't smelled yet. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm running out of time though. And so a few years ago, and I'm talking a few years ago, I don't know what date this pour is. Is it 13? I don't have my glasses on. Can you guys see? What year is that? I bought a bunch of these 3-wick candles, and they've been sitting around. It's like I need to start using them up. So this is Home, and it's basically a dupe for Yankee Candles, Home Sweet Home. Now, with the 3 wicks, you do have to let them burn a long time, the first couple burns, because they're so wide. But once I get through like 2 or 3 burns, then they seem to burn with no problems. I did have an issue with the wicks moving near the end, so you can kind of see I had to scooch them together. But other than that, it's a nice candle. It's, Home Sweet Home has been around for a long time, and it's one of those scents that, I don't even think about because it's always been around, and so I never burn it. So this year I said, it's time to do it. It's time to do it. Okay, what else do we got that I actually burned? Okay, these are 2 Colonial candles that I actually just finished this morning. This was in the scent Cranberry Spice, and these were candles that I picked up last year when Myers clearanced out this line. They still carry like a Colonial candle, but it's like a discount line that's made just for grocery stores and stuff like that. They don't carry the main line anymore, which I'm really sad about because it was really nice to get them on clearance. But I mean, I paid $6.25, and I think these normally are like $22, $22.50, something like that. I don't even remember how much they are now. $25. Somebody will tell me. Yeah, these did fabulous. I mean, I do have some soot from when I let the candles go too long one day. Normally, I never let these burn, probably like about 3 hours, once they pulled out. Of course, the first burn, it does take a little bit longer, but it did really great. It pulled out. I could smell it. The scent is really nice. Just, cranberries. It is like a cranberry spice scent. It was just really pleasant. not overpowering. Now I did have 2 of them going in my computer room, and I really did need the 2 of them to, scent the air where the scent was obvious and not just subtly in the background. And with 2 of them going, it was like just the perfect strength. It wasn't too strong. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know if they still have this scent online or if it's a retired scent, but if it's still around and you like cranberry, you might want to try this one. It just has a little bit of spice to it, to give it a kick. But yeah, it was really a really good candle, except for that soot. Okay, and these are the last 2 that I actually burned all the way through without throwing in the crock. This is, excuse me. This is a new scent that came out this year from Yankee, Sunset Fields. And I was actually tricked into buying it because I was going to the mall to do my personalized candle for Cha-Cha. If you saw my last video, my cat Cha-Cha passed away on July 5th, and as part of my memorial for him, I decided to do a personalized candle. So at the time, Yankee they had some kind of coupon or sale going on that I couldn't use for the personalized candle, but when I was in the store, I ended up picking 2 candles that were new. Sunset Fields was one of them, and I think the other one was Pineapple Upside Down Cake, which was kind of like a dud. It was a pineapple scent, but no cake scent, and that was basically the consensus of anyone who tried it. But it was also a light thrower, so yeah, I kind of wish I just either gotten another one of these or something else. But anyway, that's gone. It's over. It's in the trash. But this one I bought, and it was not on my radar to buy at all. I was not planning on getting this one. I was actually interested in another scent, but they didn't have it in the store. It turned out to be an online exclusive. But when I was walking through the mall, before I got to the store, I was probably 3 or 4 stores away. I could smell this candle. And I was like, oh my God, what are they burning? And there's a white barn that was nearby. I stopped there first, and it was definitely not coming from there. And I was like, as soon as I walked in that Yankee, I was like, what are you guys burning? It smells great. And, I walk over to the cash register, and the girl goes, it's Sunset Fields. Well, lo and behold, people, the reason I was able to smell this candle is because the stores are putting in these air fresheners, fragrance diffusers, I don't know what they are, to waft the scent through the store and out through the mall. So you think their candles actually smell. So I was like so impressed with the throw of this candle that could fill the store and travel out into the mall, not knowing it was a fake, that I bought it. Now, I actually do like the scent. It's, a little bit perfumey, cologne-y, but it's not too much so, because I don't really like a strong perfume type candle, and I don't really like a really strong cologne type candle either. But this to me was a nice blend. I think they did a good job on this. I was pleasantly surprised how much I like it. And I actually bought the room spray, and I brought it to the bathroom at work, which is really skanky. And I've had a couple room sprays stolen from there, and it's always the good ones. I had my Mediterranean Breeze stolen, and this one. So obviously people like the scent. I actually like the scent. Unfortunately, it was a light throw. I had it in my tiniest bathroom, and I couldn't even smell it in there. So I was disappointed in that. I would probably just stick to the room spray, because I do like the scent enough that I would consider getting it again, but I don't know if I'd get a large jar. And another candle that I burnt, this was a treasure that came out a few years ago, and this is in Vanilla Oak. And actually the 2 scents are kind of similar. I mean, this is definitely a little bit more oaky, vanilla-y, but the 2 blended together well. So when I was looking for scents, because my 2 bedrooms and the bathrooms, they're kind of in the back of the house. So whatever I burn in the back of the house, I kind of want to make sure that the scents blend and meld together just on the chance that the candles do throw and they happen to meet in the hallway. But I didn't have to worry about that. Yeah. So both of them actually performed really well with the burn. I mean, they pulled out fairly quickly. I would say I was able to get a wax pull on these in like 3 hours, which was surprising to me because usually it takes me longer to do that with a Yankee. You know, clean burn, no soot. They burned really well, so I was happy with the performance, but the throw on Sunset Fields was not strong enough. The vanilla oak, oddly enough, got really strong at the end to the point where I had to move it. It was in the bathroom connected to my bedroom, and as I would be laying in bed in the morning and I could smell it, I was like, oh my God, this is too much. After end, it got like too oaky. Something about it was like musty. It was like whatever I could smell in the beginning changed, and it was like, okay, I need to finish you off. So I moved it somewhere else where I didn't have to smell it all the time, and now it's done. And I think that's the only one I have. I burnt one when I first got it, so I have no more of these. So yeah, if it ever came back, I don't think I would repurchase because of the way that scent kind of changed near the end. It was like, no, I'm over you. Okay, so the rest of these candles are candles that I burned and then crocked. One is Leaves, and this was actually one of the very first Bath & Body Works candles I bought. So you can tell probably from the label, this was a White Barn version. And I actually, after I finished crocking it, I actually tried burning it because the wicks were still there. They didn't, you know, disappear like the wicks usually do when you crock a candle. But of course there was no scent left, but it did pretty good. I was melting it with this one. I had these two going together, one in each crock. This was Mulling Spices from Kringle Candle, and as you can see, this is an older one as well. So I figured it was time to use it. I couldn't really smell Mulling Spices that much, but I could smell Leaves. And surprisingly enough, the Leaves wasn't super strong. You know, especially that first day, I thought it was going to be like blowing me out of the house where I couldn't stand it. But it was enough to scent the entire half of my condo. But it wasn't like overpowering, and it didn't like spill into my other rooms. But it was just probably the right strength for the space I have. But I was really surprised it wasn't stronger because I had this going before. I had Kringle Country Candle Warm Apple Pie and McIntosh going at the same time. And no, I take it back. I had these two going together at the same time, and I could barely smell them. This was the German apple strudel and the McIntosh, and because I couldn't smell them when they were burning, I decided to crock them. And it was a little bit better, but it wasn't like what I wanted. What gave me what I wanted was the warm apple pie, and it was so good. I only melted one. I didn't put two in my crock. I just used one crock. This was fabulous, and I was really hesitant to melt it because I wanted to burn it, but I kept having an issue with one of the wicks extinguishing. I don't know if I was just cutting it too short or what, but I was getting frustrated, and I was really, really curious to see how this was going to do in the crock, and it did fabulous. I put it in the crock before I went to bed one night, and when I woke up the next morning, I could smell it while I was in bed. I have never had a candle that I burnt in my living room and I could smell it all the way to my bedroom when I'm laying in bed. And I don't have a big space, but it just never happens. And even with melt cups, I mean, the scents just kind of stay in their space. They really have never traveled throughout my condo. This, in the crock, traveled throughout my condo, and it was fabulous. The only thing I didn't like about it was that it didn't last longer, because like I said, a large jar, basically the scent will dissipate in a week if you keep your crock on 24/7, which I did. I was really tempted to turn it off when I was gone during the day, which I have another one of these. I may do that just so the scent will last longer, but it was fabulous. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I even liked it better crocked than burning because it filled my space with warm apple pie. Can't get any better than that. Now I had these two going, I think I started them maybe like the very tail end of August, like around Labor Day weekend, first part of September. White chocolate apple Fireside Treats. This is the UK version for campfire treats. White chocolate apple is, you know, a proven performer. I think everybody who's familiar with it knows that it's a Yankee that throws. It is retired. You can still find it like in the outlets, discount stores. Occasionally it pops up, but Fireside Treats, I really couldn't smell it. And I know a lot of people just love this candle, but I just, for some reason, I just can never smell it. So when it got to about this point, and you know, they burn, I was burning them. You know, they burned fine, both of them. I then decided I'm going to put them in the crock to see how they do. And these were the first two candles that I really decided to go crocking with, because I had just gotten my second crock. And so when I was looking for two candles to put in, I had already been burning these two, and I was having a really hard time like putting a full candle in the crock because it just, I can't waste the wax. And you know, I couldn't smell these in the crock, and I was like, well, I'm glad at least, you know, I pretty much finished burning them, so I don't feel like it was a complete waste. But yeah, these two didn't do well in the crock. The white chocolate apple, a little bit I could smell. Fireside Treats, I couldn't smell at all, so it was like, whatever. They're done. And as you can see, I got over my abhorrence of putting full candles in the crock, because I end up putting these two in without burning whatsoever. I do find that for a large jar Yankee, I do want to burn it down a bit because the top of the jar doesn't sit inside the crock, and so I don't know if it's going to melt properly. And if I want to take the jar out, I do like the wax to be a little bit down. But this is a medium jar, and this is, I forget, this is the large Very Glass or the small Very Glass from Root. This is in the scent Creamy Decadent. These two together in the crock were fabulous. I decided to do the Creamy Decadence one because I wasn't like so super fond of the scent. I know a lot of people like it, but for some reason a lot of Root's vanillas just seemed a little bit off to me. And I know with the Very Glass style there can be issues with the burning, and I was like, you know what, I don't even think I want to deal with it. I needed a second candle to put in the crock, and I found this one and I said, it's going in. And this was one, I've had this one for a long time, Christmas Cupcake, and I wasn't going to burn it. I wanted to keep it. It's similar to, gosh, what does it smell like? I guess vanilla cupcake. I mean, it's just a basic vanilla cake type scent. But I said, it's time to go. It's time to go, Christmas Cupcake. This was fabulous in the crock. It was just the right amount of scent that gives you that warm vanilla bakery scent. It didn't fill my entire candle like the warm apple pie did. Oh man, I wish I had done the two of them together. That would have just been too much, I think. But I really like it. In fact, there's still a little bit of scent in here. I wonder if I should just like not throw it out and throw it in the crock a couple more nights in a row. But I might do that. But yeah, it was just, the two of them together just gave a nice, warm, comforting vanilla bakery scent. But in the background, you know, it wasn't boom, bam in your face. But I really enjoyed the two of them together. So there you guys have it. Those are my empties for September. And yeah, I've been doing some fall decorating. I hope to get a What I Am Burning Now video up sometime in the month of October. I'm not sure when. But yeah, trying to get back on track with doing videos. And it's kind of nice to be back, but I kind of feel like I've lost the groove. I got to get my groove back, get back into the swing of things. So anyway, if you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below. and have a blessed day.